I recently had a case where a mom came into my office and sat down and told me how she was facing a supported allegation, possibly of neglect and physical abuse. So we talked about the actual circumstances of the case. She was working nights. Her children, DCF alleged, were left home alone. Well, that's not completely true. She had younger children that couldn't stay home alone by themselves, but mother had older children too. One of them was going off to college. So this child was 18 plus years old, more than capable of caring for her siblings, while the mother was out earning a living to support the family. So that allegation was easy to disprove and have go south by just speaking to the children, preparing the children, getting the children to speak to the investigator one by one as to what actually did or did not happen. The second allegation was about physical abuse. And mother, again, working nights, came home, and when she went to go into the driveway, there was a car in the driveway, which she knew was her daughter's and she couldn't move it. So she went into the house, parked the car on the side of the street, and her daughter was sleeping in her bed. And the daughter has her car keys around her neck. So the mother went to take the car keys off her while she was sleeping. The daughter woke up and was stunned, was like, what's going on? One of the children that was sleeping in the bed with her said that mom ripped the keys from her neck, which was not true. And DCF, however, had written what the younger child had said, and that child was 6 years old. When the older child was interviewed, who was 18 plus years old, who's no longer a child anymore, told the investigator point blank, my mom came in, I left the car in the driveway, I shouldn't have done that. Mom couldn't park the car because I took up more than one spot. So mom went to take my keys so she could move my car without waking me. That didn't happen. I woke up, and I woke up my sibling. And mom never ripped the keys from my neck or anything like that. She tried to gently take them off my neck. So DCF had two allegations of neglect and physical abuse. Both were easily disproved. However, getting it across to DCF, what actually happened, and have them line up and speak to the children, that's where the difficulty became, because the children were afraid of DCF. The kids hear on the internet about what goes on with DCF, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but usually what sticks in your mind is the bad stuff. We don't hear about the good stuff DCF does. We hear about all the crap. Kids being taken in the middle of the night, kids being put into foster care. And that stuff is rampant all throughout the internet. Just look it up. But some of it may not be true, and I caution you. And some of it may be absolutely 100% true. But take it with a grain of salt, because there are some good social workers out there that listen, that will do the legwork, that will unsupport an allegation, that will be fair to your clients as well as to the children of the clients. And in this case, the investigator was terrific. Spoke to mom, spoke to all the kids, spoke to collateral, spoke to the schools, spoke to the pediatrician, spoke to everyone and anyone we gave for a list of collaterals, and came back with the decision for the investigation being unsupported for physical abuse and neglect. And well, it should be, but it doesn't always happen. So you got to get your story out. And you got to be clear what you're telling DCF, and make sure that all your witnesses, including the children, get their opportunity to speak and tell their story. Be able to communicate properly with DCF. And I believe in the end, mom was thrilled, and everybody went home happy, and the DCF investigator was also very happy that this case was unsupported, because she realized that the allegations were not true.